There were many great fighter pilots in World War II, but only a few of them became legends. The most known is probably Douglas Bader, a legless ace flying for RAF, who is credited with over 20 kills. The man, whose fame is equal to his and was much bigger in World War II, is a German fighter pilot, Hans-Joachim Marseille, who shot down more enemies than best-scoring RAF, USAAF, and USN aces taken together. His exceptional skills were of extreme value to the Luftwaffe and efforts of German armies. Unfortunately, his career did not last long, but he shot down 151 Allied planes before its death on September 30th, 1942. The biggest appraisal for his skills is not only his record, but also the fact that Adolf Galland himself was considering Marseille as the best Luftwaffe pilot flyer in World War II. He was such an exceptional pilot, his comrades gave him nicknames the Flying Adding Machine and the Star of Africa because of the number of enemies shot down. He was born in Berlin in 1920. When Germany attacked Poland, he was just 19 years old. He was continuing family's tradition, as his father was also a flyer. When the Germans launched an attack on France and the Low Countries in 1940, Marseille was assigned to Jagdgeschwader II, a fighter wing II, and he shot down 7 enemy planes while serving on the Western Front. He was later temporarily moved to Fighter Wing II, and finally, after being assigned to 27 Fighter Wing, he departed for Africa. While being assigned to 2nd and 5th Wings, Marseille had some disciplinary problems, but his new commanding officer in 27th Fighter Wing, Edward Newman, knew how to look after this young man. As Marseille was very individualistic and he often was breaking widely accepted rules, not only in his personal behavior, but also in his flying style, he could become a great pilot or even bigger problem for the 27th Fighter Wing. When his colleagues realized how extraordinary of a fighter Marseille was, they started to consider him as a natural leader. He was a very good pilot, but his greatest skills were marksmanship and aerial gunnery. He was very efficient and an accurate shooter, wasting no ammunition. He used to fly very offensively, often risking and attacking even if the circumstances were unfavorable. On his greatest day, he claimed 17 victories, shooting down 2 Spitfires and 15 Curtiss-type fighters, mainly Tomahawks and Kitty Hawks. RAF, claiming they did not lose as many aircrafts on one day, disputed that achievement. According to RAF records, they lost 13 planes and 6 crash-landed, while other ones were hit but not shot down. Taking into account that Allies were never disputing their pilots' records and that Marseille's Me-109 was superior to Allied planes, the testimonies of pilots who flew with him said his achievement shouldn't be questioned. As the fight over Bir Hakeim in the Libyan desert continued, Marseille took his record to a total of 101 enemy planes shot down. He was pushing himself to the limits. When his commanding officer realized how tired he became, he decided to send him back to Germany. Although Marseille was keen to participate in the assault on Tobruk, he was ordered to fly back to Berlin, where Adolf Hitler decorated him with the oak leaves and swords to the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross. He was welcomed and greeted as a hero, and after more than 2 months, he had returned to Africa as the youngest captain in the whole Luftwaffe. On September 26th, he had shot down his last plane, 151st. 4 days later, on September 30th, his new Me-109 had crashed. His engine caught fire, smoking badly. He managed to get over friendly territory, open the canopy, and jump the plane. The rudder might have struck him, as he never opened the parachute, and his comrades witnessed in horror as he hit the ground. His body was buried in the desert after the military burial. His death had a great impact on Luftwaffe in Africa, and his fighter wing was never the same.